Hi, thanks for joining. We're going to do off the mat Ariel. So let's go to upload the file. So all I've done so far is I've bought the file on Etsy and I've downloaded it. Now we got to go retrieve it. So go to upload image, browse, and we're going to go track down where you saved it. So it's on my desktop. And I think it's just SVG. I know they didn't really name it that well. Oh no, that's not the one. Let me browse. Sorry. We should have, I just took it over as however they named it, which is so annoying. So let me see if I can find it. Oh, it was 16. So here we go, Ariel and Flounder. And I didn't name Sebastian because he's not going to be part of my file. Let's save it. And now we just select it and we insert the image. So here we have it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this 30 inches. Okay, so now it's huge. What you're going to want to do is go over here and change this from 100% to down to 25%. Then you can kind of see everything. Okay, off the mat, I'm going to want one piece, right? So I'm going to have Ariel and Flounder all together. I'm going to delete all these bubbles and Sebastian. This is probably great if you were going to put it on a t-shirt, but if we're going to do off the mat and it's going to be on foam board and it's huge, I'm really not dealing with those bubbles. So let's go to ungroup it. And let's just get rid of those things first of all, just to, oh man, okay, it's all still attached. Okay, that's okay. Let's get to the background layer. So we want to go to the black, and I'll show you over here what I'm talking about also. This right here. This is going to be our background, and this is what we're going to be slicing first. So let's start to ungroup things. These are all the bubbles. Yeah, don't need the bubbles. Here's the black that we want. I'm going to move it down here. This we can get rid of. We don't want him, and we don't want his eye. Oh, but we do want the rest of the eyes. Okay. So before we forget, let me make this larger so you can kind of see it. We don't need Sebastian's eyes. So I'm going to just take a square. Let's go back over there and get it. Because if you notice when you insert images, they go to your top left corner. And since this is so big, we're all the way over here. Let's just slice it. And we're going to get rid of his eyes before we forget. I just don't want to deal with anything extra that we don't need to. Okay. All right, so let's make this smaller again so we're not scrolling back and forth. So here's Flounder. We want all those pieces. We want that, that. He's in a lot of pieces. Okay. This is her hair. We want all that. Her face. Okay. So here's our black image. Let's go to contour and let's just get rid of all these things. Okay. So let's contour and let's hide all contours. Oh, great. It hid everything but the one we wanted. So it's perfect. And there we have our black. Okay, so actually because we got rid of the bubbles and we got rid of everything else, this image is now only 22 by 22. So what we can do is we can make it bigger. So let's do that. Let's select all. And let's just, because I already ungrouped it, I can't go to here and put in a number. I mean, I guess I could. It could be trial and error. But let's just move this. And let's see where we are now. Now she's 25 by 24. And you know what? I think that's going to be okay because it's just her face and her hair. And I'll show you what I mean, okay? So let me upload Belle. And Belle I did at 24 inches. So next to here, let's make this 24. So there, if you just look, oh, you can see her face over here. Let me move this to the front. Her face is going to be comparable to Ariel, to Belle. So I think at this size, it will be good, especially if you're doing a princess party. You need to keep in mind what you have, right? So if you had Ariel and Belle, these two I feel are comparable images in size. But let me show you one more. I did Jasmine recently, and I did her at 30 inches. And let's pull her down over here, and let's make her 30 inches so you kind of see what we're talking about. And I did her at 30 inches because she has more, like Belle ends at her chest area, above her chest, and Jasmine has her chest, has her midriff. So doing her at 30 inches makes it all comparable. You don't want one gigantic face and then a bunch of smaller faces, right, when you're doing your party decor. So just something to consider. All right, I'm just deleting, and I'm going to delete. We're going to work on Ariel. Oops. Okay. All right, so here we go. So how you do this is we're going to slice this into pieces that the Cricut can cut, right? Because right now it's 25 by 25. Basically, there's no way that the Cricut machine can cut that. So we're going to insert squares. And I'm going to do 11 by 11. I know we could technically cut 11.5 by 11.5, but I just don't want to deal with half inches right now. This is complicated enough with lots of moving parts. I just don't want to do that. So let's go to duplicate because we already have it here. That's 11 by 11. And we want the squares to be flushed so that we're not missing any pieces when we're slicing. So let's go to position. And I'm just going to make these whole numbers. So I had it at 10 and 27. This is just like when you're graphing in math. This is your x coordinate and your y coordinate. So at 10, 27, that means we're going over 10 and down 27. And this is the corner of our square. If you move this square over close enough, then you don't have to do the math. You can just go up here and round. So this is at 21, 27. We could do the math and check because this was at 10. So plus 11 inches, this should now be at 21, and it is at 21, okay? All right, so let's highlight both of these. This is the first square. Hit your shift key, select the second one, and go to duplicate. Then you will have a duplicate of two squares already flushed against each other. So let's move that here. And again, if you put it in the general area, you can just go to position and round 10, 38. And we can double check our math. This one is at what? 10 and 27. So add 11 to the 27, that would be 38. And this one is at, oh, why aren't you highlighting? What is going on? Oh, 1038, there you go. Okay, we see little pieces hanging out. It's okay. Let's go and make another copy of the two squares together. And let's put it down here. And let's go to position and make this at 10 and 49. Okay. Now let's move this black image to the front. We're going to go to Arrange, Send to Front, and now we can see this. I don't know if I can do anything. I think we need another square right here. So let's just duplicate and move it over here. You know what? I'm going to move it over here. Let's see. Oh, I'm just an idiot. Hold on. Let's move this whole thing over. Okay, let's move this over here. And let's make this 9 and 41. And this is a good opportunity here to show you guys something. So I moved my image over because it was too close over here. I wasn't going to be able to add that square. But now it's hard to line up because this is at 20.778. So we're just going to highlight these again. We're going to move it over. And then now I'm going to move it to 2030 and see if that works. Okay, so it's all flushed down. Okay, so let's move this back. And let's move her to the front. Arrange center front. Okay, so here we have her. Now, the way we have it right now, I don't like it because this little piece of hair is going to be a piece by itself, I think. So what we can do is we can move her a little bit like this, maybe. Maybe move her up a little bit. Okay. So now let's look at this. What do we have? Then we have this little piece by itself. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this good. Let's see. I'm just moving it around so that we have nice big pieces when we slice. And I'm not liking this at all. And she's just going to be a big mess. So what is over there? Sorry, I'm going to upload her again so I can see the whole image, okay? Insert. And let's just look at what we have here. So basically that little corner is the tail. So it's going to be okay to slice it because what's going to happen is the blue is going to cover it and the blue is going to be one piece. So it's going to hold my thing together. I'm going to be okay with that. So let's delete this and let's go to slice. I'm almost wondering, should we move it down a little bit? So if we got, man, it's just no good. Okay, let's just start slicing. I don't think I can slice this well enough, but we're gonna have things covering on top, so we'll be okay. If you remember when you're slicing, you can only slice 2 things at a time. So we're gonna be slicing 1 square and the image at one time. So I will show you what I mean. So we're gonna touch the square and the image, and we're gonna go to slice. And here you have it. So now this piece is by itself. Now this piece is basically 4 by 8. It can cut, so it's good. So I'm just gonna move it over here. Let's slice this corner. And I'm going to move her face over here. Let's slice this over here. And I'm moving it and keeping it in place so that when we're piecing this together, it will be easy to piece together. All right, let's slice this midsection. Let's slice this bottom. Slice this bottom. All right, so now we have our pieces. There is one thing that I want to bring your attention to. And well, first, let's get rid of the slicing results. We don't need that. So we can highlight the whole thing, delete. This piece over here, do you see how it's attached here? When I go to cut it, I don't want it to cut and waste all this space. So I'm going to duplicate and I'm going to go to contour, and I'm going to separate the pieces. I'm going to gray out this, so that means I have this big piece left over here, and then now I'm going to gray out the big piece, so go to contour, I'm going to gray that out, so all I have left is this little tip over here. And see, now it's in two pieces. Okay, so we got that. Let's save this for now. And this is Ariel. Oh man, I can't remember. Was it 24 inches? I'm just going to put 24 inches. And this is why you should save earlier on. Just in case we lost the file, it would just stink, right? Okay, so now let's go look at all our other pieces. Her face is all one. Yes, it's 7 by 10. That means it's going to cut on one piece of paper, and we're not going to see any seams. So it's going to be wonderful. Here's her lips. It is what it is. That's tiny. I believe these are her earrings, and I don't want to waste I mean, this would take up what, a 3.5 inch by 2 inches. Let's go to duplicate and separate the file, or separate the, oh no, undo. Do you see how I messed up the proportions of that? I don't want that. Okay, so let's go to contour and let's gray out there. So there's one. And let's go to contour and gray out the top. So there we have our two earrings. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have a lot. Oh, Flounder, you stinker. You are a little bit too long. So what I think I'm going to do, so he's 11.995, so obviously we can't cut that. I think what I'll do though is slice him right here. Let's make this a little bit bigger so that I can show you what I mean. I think if we sliced it right here, the seams will be barely noticeable, if noticeable, because it's going to be glitter cardstock. I think it's going to look great. So let's insert a square. And it's up here. Let's make this big. And you see I unlocked the image, so now I can turn it into a square. I mean a rectangle. And before, if I didn't do that, this would have been a square. It would have had the same length on both sides. Can I do it? I feel like I can, but sorry, my mouse is all jittery. I probably should have had breakfast. I'd have more energy. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it's a small area. I just kind of want to do the best job, though. Come on, move it just a smidge. There. Okay, I'm going to slice. Okay, so let's get rid of our slicing results. We don't need all these. But now this is 4 by 7. This is 8 by 10. We can cut it, and like when we piece it together, it's barely going to be noticeable. I think that seam is so small. It's less than an inch. I think we're going to be good. All right, so he's all done. Let's go see what else we have left. Okay, so sorry. Let me go back to 25%. All right, we have her hair. That's going to be a big piece. So her hair looks like right now it's in 4 pieces. Oh no, 5 pieces. We have up here, here, and here. Let's do contouring really quickly and separate this into 3 big areas. Duplicate 2. Here's our third image. Okay, so let's go to contour. And I'm going to show you on here. If you reduce this, let's gray out this and this. So this whole piece is together. Oops, where is it? There it is. Let's do our contour of the second piece. And let's hide all contours. And it's saving this bottom piece for us, so that's good. And then we have our last piece. We need this little piece over here. Contour. And let's hide all contours, select this one, and then gray this one out. Okay, so now her hair is in 3 pieces. This one's totally fine to cut. It's 3 by 7. It's all good. This one is just gigantic, 21 by 12. And then this one is 17 by 10. So I think what I would like to do is I would try to, maybe slice it right here. I'd love to, let's just see. Let's insert a circle and see if we can, let's make the circle 11 inches in diameter. And let's see what 11 inches looks like. So maybe, let's just try that. I've never sliced it like this. Let's just see what it looks like. Let's slice it. And maybe it's easier, it'll stay flush. So let's get rid of this. These are our slicing results. This is now 10 by 7. I think that's fine. This is now 11 by 6. And I think that's fine. And I think it's okay to keep it like this with these little pieces. All right, so these two are good. Now this piece. This is 21 by 12. It's just a hot mess all over. So let's do our square. Get it over here. Let's make that 11 and a half. Let's cut the max, 11 and a half, okay? And let's see what we have. So if we did, let me bring this red to the front, arrange to the center front. And let's see what we have here. Let's just slice it like that. I mean, this hair is just, it is what it is. And I think with the red glitter cardstock, it will look okay. Oh man, this is too long. This is 13, and this is, I think we have to cut this into 3s. All right, let me undo. Undo. Okay, so here we have it. It's 21. So we should, if we sliced it in half, we should be good. Yeah, okay. So let's just get this up here. I was trying to be fancy. It just wasn't going to work. Okay. I don't want that piece over there. Let me see if this will work. Get in there. Okay. I think that works. Let's slice it and see what we have. So we now have this. Oh, how is that possible? 13. This, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, sorry. I'm just going to cut this the way it's supposed to be cut and not be fancy about it, because I'm really confusing myself. If I'm confusing you, I totally apologize. This is bonkers. Oh, oh my gosh, how did that get, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. What in the world? This square has been changing sizes on me. Oh my gosh, I'm just going to make you 11 inches and be done with you. Okay. So I'm going to cut, I know, I'm being a little bit fancy because, oh, see, it did change size on me. I don't know why it did that. Okay, I think this will be okay. I'm going to slice it. Okay, this is 9 by 8. Get rid of this, get rid of this. And now I have this crazy piece. Let's slice that. Get my square up here, bring it down. Okay, make that 11 by 11. All right, let's see. How long is this piece? This piece is 12 inches in height and 15. Okay. So let's cut right here. Will this work? No. Undo. That piece is now 12 inches too long. That's not going to work for me. Okay. Am I going to drive myself crazy? It's going to be 3 pieces. All right. I'm hungry. You're like, what the heck am I doing here? Let's get rid of all these pieces, all this slicing extraness. Okay. These 2 pieces I'm going to duplicate so that I can separate it. I'm going to hate myself. I know I am. Let's gray out that one. So we have the top piece, gray out the top piece now. Oh my good Lord. Okay. Ah, we still have more. All right, let's save it for now because I feel like this is just a hot mess of a file. All right. Now we have the blues. I don't think I have it in me to finish. I'm gonna end this as part 1, okay? And we'll finish the rest. All right, stop recording. Bye guys. See you in a bit.